Good morning from the beginning of November. This is about to be one of the busiest months of my entire life. I can already tell you that. I have something every day of every weekend, basically, and lots of things on the weekdays. It is just going to be an insane month, and I'm gonna try to film as much as possible. I haven't been filming the few months before this, or the month or two before, since I got back from my residency. I've been just like kind of taking a break from this, and focusing on like all the ideas I picked up while I was there. If you want to watch the residency video, it's pinned to my channel. Anyway, so let me do a quick little check-in of what I have been doing with the second residency I started through UTSA, where I am teaching middle school kids. I am like on week 7, I think, of working with them. They surprise me every day with how like incredible they are, and like how fast they picked up sewing. Even the ones who have never sewn before or like hate doing it. They have great ideas. They are so funny. I really didn't want middle school kids when I started this project. I begged not to have them, but then I got them. And you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes. But I'm grateful to be where I am, working with the art teacher that I am working with. I go in Tuesday through Thursdays, and I help the art teacher teach the kids how to quilt. And we've already started assembling the actual quilt. Some people have already finished their little blocks. Each kid is gonna make a block, and then we're gonna make one full quilt. 3 different classes, and then they're gonna hang in the school. So that's been fun. I have a few more weeks of that this semester, and then I will also do it next semester. So that has been what has been taking up most of my time recently. And so this week, I am starting to pack up for the Austin studio tour, and I will show you things about that. So let's get to work. Hi, also, recently I've been doing a lot of plein airs just because the weather has been nice. Let me show you one that I finished yesterday in the Blue Star area in San Antonio. So this is the finished piece. This is the Pioneer Flower Factory, if you've ever been to this area in San Antonio. I love that building, and it has this gorgeous little like riverwalk area. I've painted this before, if you remember my plein air Tober series, where I went, or my challenge where I went out every day for the month of October in 2024, and I plein aired every single day. That was an insane challenge. I probably won't do that again. But that was the very first place I did for that challenge, and so it was nice to like revisit it. Okay, time to do some computer planner boring shit for a while. Excuse my freshly wet hair, but the other day at the studio I prepped like prints. I put them in sleeves and some originals. I'm gonna put prices on them probably at the studio today, but and then kind of just went around the studio making an inventory of everything, making a list, and like figuring out which pieces I wanted to bring, and then made a few new like tiny little originals to sell, some collages. I've been liking doing collage, which I haven't done in a while, but now I'm home and this is a different day, but I'm packing all the things I have at home, bringing this to display next to my table. I'll have my own little table with like my prints and originals and stuff, and then I'll throw that next to it. So it's about 6 foot wide, and then we'll also have these this nice big pop-up tent that we can zip up overnight, because it's 2 nights or 2 days this weekend and then 2 days next weekend. So we'll tear it down on Sunday night, but then we'll throw it back up next weekend, and then the tents can hang, and then on the fence of my friend's house we'll hang like big pieces. So yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm trying to hopefully not forget anything, but I'm gonna make a few like more like just small little pieces to sell, like little tiny drawings and stuff, and then I gotta go on Friday to pick up some like sparkling waters. I'm gonna bring some sparkling waters in my ice chest, and I need to get some like lunches to bring with me too, so that I don't really spend money, because that would be nice not to spend money, because I'm already spending money to drive there. It's in Austin. Oh, my dog is crying and I'm gonna let him out. Okay, bye. Okay, so I finished a few new like small little drawings, lots of like Western cowboy type stuff, just because the other artists that are going to be at the studio tour with me are they do a lot of like country, Western, West Texas inspired stuff. This one I didn't like, but I'm going to save it for collaging. And then I'm going to go to my teaching job, and then I'm going to go to the studio and put these into sleeves, and then these are what I use, these priority mail stickers. You can get like 500 of these for free from the USPS, and they'll ship it to you for free. So what I'll do, I'll just write the price, and then I'll just cut it up and then throw it onto like the sleeves. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, bye. From the studio. The studio's looking super empty without all the art from the studio tours that is now at my house. We had a lot of people show up, maybe 300 for the total for the whole weekend. The little shuttle bus that's for this event stopped at our thing the first day, and then second day we were barely even like starting to get set up and people were already coming, so it's a good crowd. I sold a few things. I sold one original, lots of prints. I sold out of my I don't know if you've seen it in a past vlog, I've had a little art vending machine for little originals, sold out of those, so that's cool. I don't think I'll have time this week to make any, but we'll see. I have a lot of events this week. Today, I am rewiring some pieces, making little plaques. I'm gonna go install a show that will open on Saturday, which unfortunately I won't be able to go to because I will be at the Austin Studio Tour for the second and final weekend. So, busy week, but getting there. Let me show you a sketch I did last week for a client. So this is gonna be for her new office. She got a new office, and she already paid me for it, which is nice. And I did the sketch. I just need to go buy a 3 foot by 3 foot canvas, and then we are good to go. Okay, we'll show you the show that I'm hanging at this place called La Zona in a bit. Yeah, this looks good. It's a different day. I got a little lost in the sauce and started painting and forgot to show you. So let me show you the finished painting. Austin Studio Tour, weekend 2, got the car packed up, driving to Austin. Last time I did not stay in Austin. I drove back both days so that my partner Max could come with me on Sunday. This time I'm gonna stay in Austin while she stays home, and she was like, get out. I'm gonna do a deep clean of the house. And I said, okay, you got it. I'm gonna stay the night. And it saves me from driving back, because last time that was pretty tiring. And last time I also went to a party before I drove back. So this time I'm gonna be smart and just stay. And hopefully it's not too wet, because here in San Antonio this morning it is a little drizzly. So let's hope for the best. Okay, see you guys there.
The prettiest thing I ever saw. A red bird on a fallen log. In the mountains, in the evening, in the fall. I'm going to Arkansas. I'm going to Arkansas.
Austin Studio Tours were great. Now I'm just kind of filling the studio with all the stuff and reorganizing, and then like finishing this quilt that I'm doing with these kids. I have not been filming in class because they're minors. I'm not going to film them. They don't give consent to do that, you know. But I am going to show you the process of me building the quilt. Today is the last day before Thanksgiving break, and then over Thanksgiving break, the kids don't have school, and I have to do 10 hours of work every week for this residency. So I'm just gonna work those 10 hours in the studio, 10 hours in the studio, and building the quilts, because all of them have made a quilt square, which I'll show you. And then I'm gonna make 3 quilts. I'm just basically putting them all together, which I've already started, and putting the batting, putting the binding, getting it ready to hang. I'm about to go shower too because my hair is disgusting. Anyway, yeah, today's the last day for me to work with them before the break, and I know they're going to be insane because it's the last 2 days before a holiday break. You know how that goes. I only have 2 girls that are behind on their quilt. I desperately hope they get something done today, because whatever they end up with is what's gonna go on the quilt, you know. So, okay, I will show you the process of that later tonight. I have all the quilts in my car, and I'm just gonna take them to the studio, drop them off, and I'll show you guys a little preview of all the stuff they made. In the studio today. It's a Sunday. Go Birds. Getting ahead of working on this quilt. So I'm gonna lock in, boys. Can't speak. I need more coffee. I broke a glass this morning and I'm still like, and I've driven a bunch of rain, so I'm like, so let's get to work. So all of the strips for this one are done. I just gotta combine them all, and then the top quilt is done, ready to be sandwiched. And then backside, I'm gonna throw like a big sheet, like an old sheet for fabric or something, and then just gotta do the binding. So super close to being done on this one. Okay, so some of my kids had extra stuff in their quilting bags, like this girl here who did this little guy had an extra one, so I cut him out and put him here. And then this girl, she had to restart because she put a giant 6'7". So her original one had this little volleyball Saturn, so I put it here. And then this girl had an original 9 cat and she hated it, so I put it here, even though she hated it. But I did get permission from her to put it on. So anyway, there is the top quilt. It is ready to be sandwiched. I'm on the way to the studio today to finish these quilts. I probably won't finish today, but I will get very far. Yesterday, I was getting on the floor to work on them, and some of the kids used buttons, and my full body weight fell with my knee right into the button. It was like falling into a Lego. My knees still hurt today. I can show you later. There are like spots on my knees from falling into these buttons. That's one of the quilting casualties. So I've kind of locked in for a while now. So I wasn't filming much, but I did the binding on 2 of these. I don't have enough binding for the third one. The third one's the biggest one. I only have 1 package, so I need to go get some more of those tomorrow so I can finish it tomorrow, but I have 1 done and another on the binding. So it has all the edges, and then in the corners I did these cute little buttons. Let me show you. So there's the full quilt on my table. Little buttons in the corners. Looks good with the black edging. And then what I'll do is I'll just make some loops for the top. And then I have these dowels that will hang on the wall at the school. We have some like shower curtain rod holders, and we'll throw that on the quilt, similar to like these, where I have these little loops. We're not gonna do this just because it's a big quilt. It looks bad when it's a big one like this, so we're just gonna have the curtain rods on the edges like that, holding it. So nice. Okay, I went to go pick up some art that was hanging recently. Picked up all these. This one is stuck to this one. There's that. And then my uncle, during Thanksgiving, gave me this, which he built out of the wood from an old dance hall in a Holiday Inn or something like that. And I'm gonna figure out how to put it together. It is a quilting long arm kind of things where you roll it up, kind of like this little embroidery thing I have where you roll up each side and it allows you to work on a single section of a quilt. He built it for his mother-in-law, and my aunt kept it because she thought she was going to quilt, but she never ended up doing it. So this is like pretty old, and now it's mine, and I got to figure out how to put it together. Welcome to my home office, which I hadn't been working in for like 2 months. I've just been like working on my laptop downstairs. I don't know why. Sometimes when I get really busy, I don't like to work in here, and I don't know why. Anyway, I locked in when I was at the studio yesterday, which is why I didn't film very much. This is the Monday after Thanksgiving break, and I'm gonna deliver the quilts to the kids probably on Wednesday. Tomorrow the teacher won't be there because she has to go to a funeral, so I'm gonna wait till she gets there, do it on Wednesday. But all the quilts are done. I had to just work yesterday on the last bit of binding on the biggest quilt. There's one that's like a little bit bigger than the other 2. The binding is the edges, like the final thing that covers up the middle fabric and makes it look nice and clean. And then I had to put little loops for at the top for them to go on a dowel. The dowel will go on the wall, and they will hang in the school. So I will film what it looks like once we hang it, and then that will probably be the end of this video. It's been a very fun first semester working with the kids, and it's been nice to have some extra income. It does take a lot out of me. It is a big big jump in my like usual routine, but it has been very fulfilling, very nice. And then we're gonna do it again next year, next semester, and then after that I probably won't do it again. In the fall, I don't think I'll do it again. I have really enjoyed doing it, but it is a lot, and I'd like to focus on other things. But yeah, quilts are done. I will show you what the end result looks like. Thank you for watching this, if you've watched the whole way, and apologies for not uploading a video for a little while. I've just been incredibly busy with this project. And yeah, thanks for watching again. Subscribe, like, whatever, go make some art. Here's the final quilts. Oh, let's go. Little caveat here, I learned that we have to put in a work order with the school. I thought we could just install it ourselves. That's what they made it sound like, but we got to put in a work order, so it might take a little while for the quilts to hang. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this video out, and thanks for watching. I will share later. Follow me on Instagram or whatever. I'll probably share it in a video here eventually. So yeah, sorry, couldn't show you the final thing on the wall, but quilts are done, and that's all that matters to me. Okay, bye. Go make some art.